What it do, YouTube, man? It is your boy Solid back with another solid reaction, man. And today, man, we'll be checking out when Jon Jones shocked the MMA world, bro. So, man, we are breaking into different things, bro. I want to check out other stuff, bro. React to just whatever we can get our hands on, man. And I saw this video and I'm like, bro, I want to put this up on the channel. So we're going to check this video out, man. If this is something you guys enjoy, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn your notifications on, man. And do me a favor, man. If you've been here for a while, turn that noti bell so you can always stay up to date with all of my content. But let's go ahead and get into this one.
He is the GOAT, lad. Like, he's done some stupid shit over the years, but it just shows how good he is. That he was doing all that stupid shit and was still beating a who's who of light heavyweight contenders. Anyone that says he is not the GOAT is brain dead to me. You know what I mean? Like, look at the names he beat. Beat Shogun for the belt, Machida, Rampage, Machida, Gustafsson twice, Cormier twice. And then you look at them names, how anyone can say he's not the GOAT is just...
Okay.
Currently, there is a lack of big names in the light heavyweight division. Without a doubt, there are plenty of decent and truly entertaining athletes, but there is one specific fighter that nobody can ever replace. His name is the first thing that pops up in one's head when thinking about the light heavyweight division. Dear friends, today's video is dedicated to the 5 fights when Jon Jones shocked the world. Please don't forget about the likes and the comments with 4 words. Here we go. Lyoto Machida.
You know, when I joined the sport, I always envisioned wanting to be the best and trying to be the champion. So I just tried to, you know, learn to like carry myself and think in that type of light as if it was already so. But even before it happened, so now that I'm here, I have this feeling as if, you know, I'm right where I'm supposed to be and right where I've worked to be. So I feel comfortable with everything that's happened.
I can understand it.
Machida was undefeated for a long period of time. 16-0, plenty of fascinating knockouts, and a light heavyweight champion belt around his waist. Things went the wrong way when he got knocked out in his rematch with Mauricio Hua. Unblemished record was gone, following up with another loss, this time against Quinton Rampage Jackson. Fortunately, Machida was given a chance to recover his career. The Brazilian happened to be the last dance partner for the longtime veteran and the legend of the sport, Randy Couture. Eventually, Lyoto made the former champion retire, knocking him out with a vicious flying front kick to the face. A huge knockout win, and the absence of other contenders put Machida in a position to have another title shot at the light heavyweight belt. At that point, Hua was not the champion anymore, to whom Machida lost his belt. It was young 24-year-old Jon Jones. Bones had already stopped the opponents that Machida lost to, but still Lyoto was presenting a serious threat to the newborn king of the light heavyweights. From the very first second of the fight, Jon Jones started to attack with low kicks. Machida expected that from Jones, as he was trying to counter the champion's kicks with his punches, specifically with the left hand. Machida was doing well, and with 1 minute left in the first round, after another low kick from Jon, he brilliantly caught the champion with his combination, even slightly wobbling Jones. Huge round for the Brazilian. Jones was a bit puzzled, but received great advice from his corner.
After you kick, he wants to shoot that straight left at you. You know what I mean? Make the kick, lean off an angle, hit him with a 9 or a blue. All right? He wants to
okay.
After you kick, do not come back in that space. Otherwise, you're owning the guy.
Jones perfectly executed the given instructions in the second round. Faking the low kick, he encountered Machida with a heavy left hand, knocking Lyoto down.
Blowing that man.
Jones started choking the Brazilian right in the stand-up. The end of the fight is considered to be one of the coldest moments in UFC history.
He's asleep.
Machida dropped unconscious, falling asleep in Jon's arms while Bones was celebrating the victory.
He's done. Bro, MMA is just brutal, bro. I mean, it's not a bad sport, bro. I think it's amazing. I love watching it, but would I ever do it? Hell no. It's brutal. I couldn't take no ass whooping like that on a stiff basis, dog. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna be 100. I'm not gonna come out here and fake like, bro, I can do that. No, I can't. I'm not taking no ass whooping like this. Not every couple of months. Nah, man. Even if you win, you still look like you got lumped up. I'm not doing that. Can't do it. I'm sorry.
The UFC light heavyweight champion,
I just
Wow,
can't, bro.
This shows how essential the cornering is, and most importantly, that Jones managed to execute the advice.
I got hit a lot, but I learned a lot from it. So I would rank it as good as any other fight. I mean, even though I got hit, I learned from it. So I'll get better, and I'll make sure that I'll get my defense.
Vitor Belfort. Many fans are upset that the fight between Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov never came to fruition. Others are upset that the bout between Lesnar and Vitor never happened. But what is really saddening is that Jon Jones never fought Dan Henderson. Dan was literally knocking people out with his touch of death, and although he was 40 years old, it seemed like he was still in his prime, and many people wanted to see him fight Jones. This fight was scheduled for September 2012, but unfortunately Dan was put out of the bout due to an injury, and the UFC was looking for a replacement. Initially, there were talks about a rematch between Jones and Machida, but Lyoto refused to take the fight on short notice. Suddenly, Vitor Belfort, who was fighting in the middleweight division at that time, said that he is willing to take that fight. If someone asked me what the epitome of a testosterone machine is, I would instantly name Belfort. What he did in 2012 and 2013 was terrifying.
He is
Belfort was slaughtering everybody.
He's fast though too. He throwing them jokers.
The Brazilian was seen as a decent opposition. Many thought that his upcoming fight with Jones was a mismatch.
You see what, like, bro? What workouts y'all be doing, bro? Cause you got shit I ain't never even heard of. Like, bro, what is this, bro? What do you call these? I don't want to hear no butterflies or nothing. Like, bro, look, your lumps got lumps, nigga. What's wrong with you, bro? Nah, bro, that's too much.
Quite evident why. However, the old wolf
Oh,
managed to
man.
give Jones a run for his money. As Belfort happened to be on the ground, he caught Jones in a tight armbar off
Okay,
his back.
yeah.
Oh, armbar! He's got it! He has finished it right here!
What is he gonna do? Wildest armbar in history.
Looking to finish this fight!
I assume that anybody except for Jones and maybe Tony Ferguson would have tapped, but Jones fought through his fully locked armbar. Just wow, that was truly unbelievable. What a display of will to win from Jon. Well, speaking about Belfort, for him things were going quite the opposite way. He lost his only chance to win, and the rest of the fight was pure outclass. Jones was taking Vitor down with no effort, doing great on his feet, and eventually caught
kicking
the
him.
former champion in the Americana lock. Belfort taps as Jones earns another title defense.
Yep, he tapped. He tapping.
Jon
That's a beautiful picture, bro.
Jones, the UFC light heavyweight champion!
Once again, another scalp of the former champion joined the Bones collection.
I'm telling you, bro.
Alexander Gustafsson. Alexander Gustafsson is the only fighter in today's video who was never the UFC champion and lost to Jon Jones, but definitely deserves mentioning more than ever. When we
Ooh,
talk
he
about
already
the
knocked it
history
out
of
his
the light
mouth.
heavyweight division,
Oh, yeah.
Alexander Gustafsson can't be ignored. It was
He a
the Swedish
sticker,
who
bro.
gave Jon Jones one of his toughest fights, if not the toughest. Their first fight went down in September 2013. Alexander was surprisingly good with his shots in the stand-up. He stuck out the light heavyweight king and even managed to take him to the ground. Jones stepped up his game in the later rounds and got the win in a razor-close call. For 5 years, people were speculating on who actually won the fight. Gustafsson insisted that he got the job done in the first fight against Jones.
I think this is so funny.
Hey, MMA is the only one where you can be nasty to each other, bro. Like, I love the violence. I love the I love the fact that they can talk trash to each other in front of each other and then push each other around. It get crazy, bro.
That the person who lost is making an excuse of a microscopic chemical that is, instead of just saying Jon Jones's balls is way bigger than mine, and that's why he beat me. This guy
Who has the smallest balls there? You and me.
this guy is
I'm the one not have illegal in my body.
this guy
I say I have balls. You don't have balls, my
this
friend.
guy has found.
The rematch was scheduled for December 2018,
God damn, bro.
and the vacant light heavyweight title was at stake. But this time, all the doubts were cast aside. Jones took notes from their first fight and turned his aggression down. He was good at blocking Alexander's punches and successfully tied him in the clinch.
Ooh, got him.
It seemed like the first 2 rounds were close, but the 3rd round, Jones decided to close the show. Bones changed the levels, took Alexander down and tried to advance his position. As he got Alexander's back, he faked a submission attempt, baiting the Swedish to react. As soon as that happened, Jones started to mercilessly hammer Gustafsson until the referee called the stop of the contest. Once again, Jones is the champion. Apart from having the belt, Jon finally put his rivalry with Gustafsson to rest.
I believe Alexander will beat most guys in the division, but I'm here to stay. I believe that this is my era, and I'm going to own it for many years to come.
Daniel Cormier.
Daniel Cormier. That's a big dude. Ooh. He dropped the belt. Oh, yeah, they throwing. See what I'm talking about? It get violent. It get nasty real quick in MMA. We could be having a conference 1 minute, the next day I'm on your ass. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it get violent. It's one of the most, it is the most brutal sport I've ever seen, to be honest.
Is one of the greatest fighters in the history of MMA. Double champion of the UFC, who earned the belts in the Royal Light Heavyweight and Heavyweight divisions. But there was a man that he couldn't beat. A man that he could barely touch. Jon Jones. The rivalry between Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier was exciting. I think I should make a separate video on that matter. But for now, let's get back to the point. It was 2014. A former wrestler of the Olympic caliber, Daniel Cormier, was perceived to be unbeatable. He was 15-0, had many finishes, and was a former heavyweight champion in the Strike Force. It seemed like he would be unmatched in the light heavyweight division. Indeed, he was annihilating everybody at 205 pounds. Everybody except for Jon Jones.
Jon Jones got some hands.
It felt like Cormier was getting abused. It was expected that Daniel would be successful in the wrestling department, but Jones was constantly taking the Olympian down like it was nothing. I am sure that Cormier felt quite terrible each time he got taken down, not to mention the stand-up where he had nothing to offer. 49-46. Jones took out 4 out of the 5 rounds. However, Daniel Cormier finally earned the belt 6 months later by making Rumble Johnson tap. The title was vacant due to an incident Jon Jones had with a pregnant woman. It took a long time to reschedule a rematch between Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier.
2016.
Targeted at UFC 200, but 2 days prior to the tournament, Jon popped for illegal substances and pulled out of the fight. A year later, in 2017, they finally got to fight. Cormier was confident that he would put Jones on the stretcher. Jon, as always, was very smart in his approach. He worked to the body of Cormier, calmly waiting for his moment. As a decent number of kicks landed to his body, Jon gave Daniel Cormier something to worry about. Moreover, a year ago, Silva managed to break Cormier's body, specifically with a middle kick. But the trouble came from where he least expected. As Daniel already had enough of the middle kicks, instead of going to the body again, Jones threw a ferocious high kick.
Having a hard time reaching Jon. Oh, Jon landed on that kick.
Yeah, he's dazed.
There was no chance for Cormier to survive. It was a statement. Jones did not just beat Cormier, he knocked him out.
Here comes Johnny Bones with the ground and pound. Cormier. That could be it.
Yeah, he was out.
That's it. He's out. He's out.
He lost all rhythm in his legs when he got you can tell he lost all rhythm in his legs. He was done.
But still, it's worth mentioning that as time passed, illegal substances were found in Jon's blood. The result of the fight was changed to no contest, and Cormier reclaimed his belt. But even Daniel Cormier himself admits that he lost both fights.
Damn, man.
Mauricio Hua. I believe there are not enough words to describe how great Mauricio Hua was in his prime. Hua was a monster, especially during his time in Pride. His soccer kicks were devastating, and he really shined in the Japanese promotion. He has also achieved a lot in the UFC, finishing some serious opposition. He even got the belt by knocking Lyoto Machida out. His first title defense was supposed to be against Rashad Evans, a former champion at the time, but Rashad pulled out of the fight and UFC had to look for a replacement. The man who eventually got to fight for a title was 23-year-old Jon Jones, Rashad's teammate. Could you imagine? A 23-year-old? A boy who is supposed to become a champion. In all fairness, many thought that Jones was too young to fight for a title, considering that it has been only a month since he fought Ryder Bader.
I can do this. I can be a champion.
But what Jon did in his fight with Shogun is hard to describe.
Damn.
From the very first round, Jones dominated the champion in wrestling.
Yeah, no.
Did a great job on the ground, and as soon as they got up, Jon put in work on Hua's body. In the third round, Jon once again got to the dominant position and threw an elbow. It was the beginning of the end. Jones did not let his
Beating the
escape
brakes
and
off his
literally
ooh.
tore Shogun's body apart. Hua
Look at him,
beaten
yeah,
up
Hua's
so
beat.
badly that he was still tapping.
Yeah,
when the
come on.
referee stopped the fight. It was a truly savage thing to witness. If somebody asks me what a one-sided outclass looks like, I will show them this fight. At 23 years of age,
Damn.
Jon Jones becomes the light heavyweight champion. To this day, he is still the youngest champion in the history of the UFC.
Oh, that's
Throughout his
beautiful.
career, Jones has defeated 7 UFC champions, has the most title defenses, as well as numerous other records that are unlikely to be beaten by anybody anytime soon. Even if Jon never comes back into the octagon, it is safe to say that Jones is one of the greatest fighters in the history of MMA.
All right, man, that's the end of this video, man. I might have to just check out some videos of just like certain fights, bro, because I mean, I did love this, bro, but I want to get into the business, bro. I want to see the hands. Throw me the hands, bro. That's what I want to see, man. But if you guys did enjoy this video, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn your notifications on. And I will see y'all in the next video, man. Solid is out. Peace.